Not yet. Oh, yes, we are. My goodness. Okay, so I am on with Katarina Wallentin. Welcome, Katarina.
Thank you. Thank you so
Yay.
much.
And we would love to have a conversation. Well, actually, I would love to have a conversation with you about how to stop being a mind on legs and start having a body. And I would love to ask you, Kat, what do you mean by that to start with?
Well, yeah, well, it's a great question and it sounds a little odd, I mind on legs. And I would say that I spent the majority of my life being a mind on legs. And it doesn't mean I didn't enjoy my body. That isn't
Hmm.
really what I mean. It's more that all the value and all the importance, like everything that
Yeah.
was me was centered around what my like that I was smart, funny, like what I could think with my brain. That's where all the value was of
Hmm.
me as a being. And
Hmm.
and that's what I had learned, I think, from my family. That was very valued in my family. Being smart, being funny, being intellectually somehow. That was like the
Yeah.
value came from there. And then throughout my life, like the body was there. It was okay, it did things, it was fun. Like I've always enjoyed touch. I always enjoyed that. And I would say that it was very much there to bring my brain or mind around in the world. And
Hmm.
it wasn't really until I started to kind of explore who I really was that I had to include my body, because we are really so much more than what's up here. We
Hmm.
are this whole sensory organism, and that's how we experience life. And by not including this, I was missing a lot of my life and living.
Yeah, because also, I mean, we're taught to use our mind a lot at school, growing up, and
Mm.
that everything has to have an answer. So how did you start? I mean, what did you do, like tools wise? What tools did you use to start getting yourself out of that
Huh.
sort of mind thing and into, being more aware with your body, I guess.
Well, in the beginning, when I started to explore what else is there
Yeah,
except,
yeah.
what you can think out with your brain, what you can figure out, what you can compute in life. I did a lot of different things. I did meditation, I did tantra, I did a lot of like also expressive therapies where you like yelled and
Yeah, yeah.
hit on things and all of that. And the main, like the really, the time when I really remember it, I realized that my body was such a big part of the path or the journey I had in life was actually when I took my very first Access Consciousness foundation class. And it was at the time it was a foundation and level one. It was together. It
Mhm.
was a 2+2 day class. And I remember being very hesitant. I wasn't really sure what this was about. I was very, very new to this whole world of looking at the world in a whole different perspective. And after 2 days, I went home and I was like, ah, that's not really for me. I think I'm just not going to go to the second part. And at
Yeah,
that time, you only paid for the first part, right? So I could have
right.
chosen not to come back because
Yeah,
you
yeah.
paid for 2 days and then you could continue or not. So I went to bed and I was, I didn't even put my alarm on. I was like, I'm not going to
Mhm.
go tomorrow. And my body woke up, walked, like got into the shower. And in my mind, I'm still thinking, no, we're not going. So this is not really required. We could just hang out and read the paper, have a cup of coffee. It's Sunday. But no, my
Yeah.
body got up, got ready, and went to the bus stop and took the bus into where the class was. And I'm continuing
Wow.
my mind going, no, hey, we're not going. What are we doing? Why are we on this bus? And my body took over. It brought me all the way
Wow.
into where the class was. And I walked in through the door and I said, I really don't want to be here. And
Hmm.
it was brilliant. And the facilitator was
Hmm.
great and kind of went into that. What is that? And what's
Yeah,
coming up
yeah.
for you and all of that. And it was such a gift. But since my body showed me that hey, this is something we really should go to. And I'm just not going to let you take over this
Yeah.
time
Yeah.
and compute it away, this possibility. And I was so grateful. And after that class, I had a whole different way of being with my body and being in life. And I thought it was so amazing that my body basically overrode
Overrode. Yeah.
overrode my conclusion and my and so
Yeah.
many times after that, like it gave me a starting point where I know now that my mind and
Mhm.
brain, but my mind really can go to this conclusion where it decides that this is the answer. This is what I've computed or figured out is
Yeah.
the best and the right choice. And my body may have a completely different awareness and point of view. And if I don't check in with my body, I will often miss the more undefined answer that's based on my knowing, that's based on something that goes beyond all the things that we've learned is the right and
Mhm.
wrong, because bodies don't really have that. they
Yeah.
they they come to their awareness in a different way.
Yeah. So, I mean, I know you've been working with bodies for quite some time, and I've been in a number of different body classes with you, and you have this really beautiful way of communing with your body and showing us how to do that with ours. But how do you sort of continue having that communion with your body when, for instance, you have
Hmm.
pain? Because
Oh,
it's easy to go into judgment and all of that negative, positive stuff in those
yeah,
moments.
and that is such a great question. And it is funny because I would say that, it's so much easier to be in communion and enjoy your body and let your body kind of like ask your body questions when you're not in pain
Yes.
and when things are feeling good.
Yeah.
That's when it's easy. And then when the pain comes, whatever that is, like it can be as simple as a headache, or it can be that your back hurts, or that you really have something up with your organs, like whatever it is.
Mm.
And I find that in the beginning, especially, those are the times where I would literally kind of like check back in with,
Yeah.
obviously there's something wrong and I really cannot, there's something wrong with my body. Obviously I shouldn't listen to my body. I should listen to everyone else. And I should, go to the hospital or go take a medicine. And and it's not that you shouldn't, because I really would like to emphasize this is not about you not seeking advice
Hmm.
from doctors or other practitioners that you can get help from. The key is to continue to talk with your body about what your body requires, and your body will know. It will always know who to talk to, who to ask. I remember I had issues, I had pain in my hip for quite a long time. And I did go to all the normal, is like orthopedists and all these people, and they had all kinds of treatments that we tried out. And
Yeah.
then finally, my body was like, well, I think we need something different. So I went just online and I was like, okay, so body, show me who can actually help.
Hmm.
These are all, I just want to say, these are all the trick and treaters. They just come and bang my
Oh,
body.
yes, because it's Halloween tonight.
Just so if you hear banging, I'm just
Okay,
ignoring them.
ignoring. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, so I like show me, and it found this osteopath that I had never heard of. She just works here in Stockholm. I went to her and she was one of the greatest interpreter for my body. So my body was able to use this osteopath, and she could
Hmm.
have been a chiropractor, she could have been a massage therapist, right? She could
Yeah.
have been any kind of, it's not about the osteopath, it's about my body finding this person who was able to interpret for me what my body was actually saying, and also help my body to find
Yeah.
a way where this could change. So what I would say is that anytime when that pain comes, remember that pain is really where we're taught that pain is dangerous. Pain, we have to avoid pain. Pain is something that you need to fix. So anytime you go there, we tend to forget the tools, we tend to forget to ask our body.
Yeah.
So what if you just went, cool, we'll get help, we'll get assistance. And again, if it's an emergency, of course go to the ER, right? This is
Yeah.
not like if you break your leg, get help for it with the medical profession. But and there are times where we are just in pain, that we're in so much pain that it kind of takes over from the question. And that's when, what if you allowed your body to show you, okay, body, what do you require? Who do you require? Who could be, I've asked this a lot now, who could be the interpreter for your body? Who would you like to interpret for you
Yes.
now when I'm
Yeah.
not really getting what you require?
Yeah.
And maybe that could be a tool. Like there's so many tools you can use with pain. Pain is often intensity. It's an awareness that the body's trying to give us. And since we're not listening, it is intensifying it. So when
Yeah.
it came to my hip, which is kind of like an easier example because it wasn't an emergency, it was something that was going on for a long time. My body was telling me a lot of things about how I was being with my body and how the body could like realign itself. And because I wasn't listening, it was intensifying it. And when I started to listen, it eased out. It has changed. But if I went to the pain, something is wrong, then I can't hear what the body is whispering. So I would
Yeah.
say that the question and also the allowance for you to, hey, I'm in pain.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is not easy, right? This
Yeah.
is like something that really isn't easy. That's okay. Like pain is pain. You will not always like be able to be as much space or as much ease as you would like to. So I would say be an allowance of you and keep whispering, talking, and asking your body questions.
So with the asking questions and circling back to my first question, which was, well, my first comment about being at school and always looking for the answers. Are you looking for an answer, or is more of an awareness? Maybe you can talk a little bit about the difference on how that is for you. You know, when
Oh,
you
that's
ask a question.
such a great question
Yeah.
too. So, because yes, we do think we're looking for an answer, right? So we ask our question, ask our body,
Yeah.
what's wrong, right?
Yeah.
And that is like even that is what's wrong. It's actually it's not even a question because it starts in a conclusion.
Yeah.
Something is
Because you have
wrong.
made the conclusion that there's
Yeah, you
something
made
wrong.
the conclusion that something, or I made the
Mhm.
conclusion that something is wrong. So therefore, the whole, like the question itself starts in a conclusion
Yeah.
instead of
Yeah.
going, hey, body, what's up?
Hmm.
Body, what awareness are you trying to give me? Body, what are you trying to show me? Because the body is usually trying to show, and it can be something so simple. Like with a headache, your body may just be trying to tell you, hey, you need a little bit of sugar. Like it can be as simple as that. So your body's trying to show you something. Hey, the levels are off, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
doesn't mean there's something wrong. It just means that
Yeah.
your body is trying to show you something. So,
Yeah.
and it's such a good question, this thing where we are trained to look for an answer because we're trained to look. It comes from
Mm.
school, but it also comes from anytime anyone asks you anything, they
Yeah.
are asking you to deliver an answer, a point of view. They're asking you to align and agree or resist and react to something. Like that's what they're asking. What if you were just asking to get an awareness? And that could be an energy, a little pointer, um, even the next question, a
Yeah.
choice that you
Yeah.
can make to get more awareness. So I would say that everywhere where we decided that questions, the purpose of a question is to get an answer,
Yeah.
that's where we screw ourselves up. Instead of going, the purpose of a question is to get more
Mhm.
awareness, to be able to choose, to get more
Mhm.
awareness, to be able to choose
Yes.
again.
Right. Oh no, well that's great. So basically, to sort of circle back to the whole conversation, how to stop being a mind on legs and start using your body. It's really just to be more in question and, you know, keep asking your body questions without getting to a conclusion.
Well, yes, absolutely. And I would say
Mm.
that I think the starting point is to actually acknowledge that you are here to experience life on this planet through your body. because our bodies are these sensory organisms. Our bodies are where we have all our senses, where we are perceiving and collecting information from the world around us. And it actually, so little of that goes into your mind and brain. So much of that is actually part of your proprioception, which is your sixth sense, right?
Right.
You
Yes.
have your knowing comes there. And there's so much of that. When you think that you're living your life here, you're actually missing so much of the magic. So just by starting to acknowledging that, hey, me and my body, we're here together to experience life here on this planet. And your body is the only other energy that you will have with you your whole life. Your body's there from the moment you're born until the moment you
Yes,
die. And that is
exactly.
such a, like, if you start playing
Mm,
with that, it can become your absolute best guide, best guru, best
yeah.
friend in so many ways. And just start to enjoy your body. You don't need anyone else to do that either. That's one of the things that I found so amazing. I don't need anyone else around even to enjoy my body. And it can look in so many different ways. So, yeah, like, start by acknowledging that this is you and your body are here to enjoy life on this planet. And you do that by starting this communication based in questions with your body continuously, like a continuous whispering forth and back of
Mhm.
subtle energies.
Well, I think that's just wraps it up so nicely, because I was going to ask you about that last question, to how do you start off, and you just said it so beautifully. So thank you so much, Katarina, for this amazing conversation. And I'm going to personally start asking more questions, because I think I don't do that enough.
Thank
And
you.
yes, is there anything else you want to add before we go?
No, really just that,
Mm.
what if your body always has your back? Like, even if
Yeah,
it doesn't seem like it or feel like it,
yeah,
what if your body really, you're your body's person? Like, your
yeah,
body doesn't want to be with somebody else. Your body doesn't like go and long to jump over and be somebody else's person. You're your body's person. So what if you could be that for your body? What if you could have each other's back? And what if that is actually the start of this beautiful friendship?
wonderful. Yes, I'll have more of that. Thank you so much. I think you have some very persistent knockers on the door
Yeah,
for the
I do.
Halloween. I know, I can hear
It's
them
so
there.
funny.
Keep going.
Yeah, they're like, there must be candy in this house.
I know, right? Exactly. So I'm
I'm
sure
gonna
you
go
need
and
to
open.
go. Exactly. Well, thank you so much.
Thank
And
you.
yes, see you soon. Bye.
Thank you.